Yeah, obviously, first 6 minutes of the game, we let it get away from us. I think they hit us with a 12 to 0 run, um, which we had to dig ourselves out of that hole. But, really proud of the guys. They kept battling, kept fighting in a tough environment. And I thought in the second half, there was a long period of time where we played, basketball the way we're capable of, and we got to try to build on that.
Coach, you've coached some really tough shot makers over the years. Joe Cheely, Grant Riller, Fred Payne. Really does feel like he just continues to ascend as one of the sort of the tough, best slashers in the ACC. What does his production mean for y'all's half court offense?
Yeah, I mean, I think that talking about Fred Payne in particular. Yeah, I mean, obviously guards rule college basketball, right? And so you mentioned a few guys that I've coached that were unbelievable, and I think guards are the key. And so, Fred was really good. It was a low-scoring game, both sides. With 5 minutes to go, it was 50-37. So it was kind of a grinder, and we needed it to be that way so we could keep the crowd out of it. And so, he was efficient. We moved him to the point guard position. I thought at that point he probably could have distributed a little bit more because so much attention was coming to him. They were bringing two guys to the ball, but I thought he was very aggressive, and he obviously kept us in the game.
What did Cameron Boozer do out there? It seemed like whenever they needed a bucket, they went to him. Whenever they needed to calm things down, they went to him.
I mean, obviously he's talented and he's big, and so you kind of play the point, you kind of play the forward. They move him around a lot of different places, searching for matchups. They set ball screens for him. He set ball screens, so it's a unique situation to defend because he can go so many different places on the floor. He can post it. He can play the point. So, yeah, it was a challenge, but I thought our guys, between Jaden Hastings and Bowden Kapke, for the majority of the game, did a good job of executing the plan that we wanted to execute. We didn't want to trap him in the post as much because he's a great passer, so we let him play one-on-one. Thought the guys did a pretty good job of guarding him. Late in the second half, he got away with maybe four or five more points, but for the most part, we had him at 13 or 14, which is way below his average.
You talked about Duke sending two to the ball on Fred. The last month or so, they're really having Cam hard hedge ball screens along with the five. When you're playing a defense like this where both of the bigs are hedging ball screens, is there anything you're trying to do in particular offensive to attack that kind of setup defensively?
Yeah, simple. You get two to the ball, you pass it out of it, try to go play an advantage on the other side. And so, that's what we were trying to do, get two to the ball and move it. Play to the other side. Most times it's going to be a 2 versus 1 or a 3 versus 2 on a weak side. So you just got to make good decisions. But they were really long. So, sometimes when they brought two, it was hard to see. But I thought we did a pretty good job of taking care of the ball. We had 12 turnovers. 4 of them were in the first 5 minutes of the game. And we like to be 12 and under with our turnovers.
Schedule and obviously come into the game with a plan and a game plan. Did that start kind of throw anything off for you over those first 6 minutes?
I mean, I wasn't expecting that start. We hadn't experienced that all year. So, but they did hit us. They hit us pretty hard early. Got the crowd into it, and it was 12 to 0. If you take that out, I thought we executed the plan pretty well. We did break down a few times defensively in the first half on some of their screening actions, but we cleaned all of that up, and we started getting a little bit more stingy on defense. It's two things I saw that we needed to be better. We had some open looks that we needed to knock down from 3. We executed pretty well, but we had some open looks we needed to knock down, and we needed to make a few better decisions in the paint. They forced us into some tough shots with their ball pressure and their denial, and we needed to work for a little bit better shot. So, but if you take out the first 4 minutes of the game, I thought we played pretty good basketball.
Yeah, that was kind of leading into the second part of it, which was just, what did you kind of see from the team that got them up to that level, that got them to, not playing catch up per se, but over the rest of the first half and into the second half, be able to see them, go even with Duke, even though the team didn't come back. How did you see that?
Yeah, we just settled down and made better decisions. And you want to play fast, but you don't want to be in a hurry. You want to play with a lot of pace, but you don't want to shoot quick. So being able to play with pace and play fast, but be under control, is something we wanted to do. And I thought early on, they forced us into some shots, and they had that quick run. Again, this team is our team is growing. We're developing. Ran into a tough challenge today, but I still go back and say, hey, with 5 minutes to go, it was 50-37, and we were down 12 in the first 4 minutes. So we need to learn from what we saw today, and we need to play for March. We need to really try to continue to improve and play for March, so we have great opportunities to play our best basketball then.
Mike Sibley, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, just on Dan's point, being able to keep even after that 13-0 push, just what does that say to the importance of getting out to a hot start and just how hard it is to come back after a big initial push like that?
Well, we've been up. We've been up in the first half a lot in the last 3 or 4 games, But tonight it was different. Obviously, we'll learn from the film. We'll watch it. And, again, I knew it could possibly happen. I played here plenty times, and so you got to weather the first part of that storm, and we didn't.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, kind of a two-parter also. You held Duke to the least amount of points they've scored all season. Number one, how frustrating is it when you play so well defensively but struggle like you did tonight offensively? And then number two, how can you start turning these defensive performances into wins?
Yeah, I think that, we did what we're capable of doing. We did what we work on. We defend, we rebound, we take care of the ball. And, again, you make a few more shots, you're a completely different team. So, again, we'll keep working at it. We had some good looks, and we'll keep working at that side of the ball. But the fact that we guarded them, that don't surprise me a lot. I thought that was our plan, to try to be stingy, try to be tough, and we did that. But again, you got to be able to – the name of the game is scoring more points than your opponent too. So, and some of that is making a few more perimeter shots and making a few more better paint decisions and not taking a tough one. And I think if we continue to mature that way and defend at the capability that we are guarding, then in March we'll be a team that – that can make a run.
All right, that'll do it for here.
Yep, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.